Well, Rob, let's back up a little bit because most of the people that listen to the show are in and around construction. And you know, back when I was in school, and this is why I wanted to jump on this subject. I read a stat, and I know we talk a lot about stats, but they point to our individual lives, or at least they should, right? That's how you translate a stat. And it was something along the lines of there's a study on fatigue, and the construction industry is notoriously suffering from fatigue as well as a number of other things, right? And the thing that blew my mind is that, we won't let somebody operate. And I think we talked about this in a previous episode. We won't let somebody operate a crane with a zero point zero 0.08 blood alcohol level or operate a truck or anything for that matter, right? And I had read somewhere in a couple of sources that sleep deprivation, which is easy in this industry, to a certain extent, gives you the same level of impairment as a blood alcohol level of 0.08. And
Oh yeah.
well, or they would never in their right mind let somebody operate equipment after having a few drinks. But yet, so many people are just jumping, into a piece of iron or into a crane, sleep deprived. Like this shouldn't just be something like, oh yeah, for my muscle recovery because I'm working out. No, this is like real impact, safety impacts. There's a huge financial impact, for the financial professionals. Why should you care about sleep? This is why. A lot of the risk on job sites, both to persons and property, probably have a root cause in sleep deprivation or fatigue.
You are spot on. There's a lot of studies that talk about it, but they're kind of fringe still. Modern culture, construction culture for sure is still about, oh, sleep doesn't matter. It really does. Because, yeah, to your point, you can't operate a vehicle with a certain blood alcohol content because there's these national standards or state standards. There's this agreed upon thing of like, yeah, you can't drive on the road or operate equipment because you've been drinking or, the substance is a whole nother level. Nobody comes and says, let's talk about fitness for duty. Was this person up all night about to run a piece of heavy equipment or even run a skill saw, right? There's no check at the gate for construction. And let's be honest, at the field level and the office level, because there's a scary thing too, right? All right. You got workers in the field, maybe operating equipment that could get hurt or hurt somebody else because they're sleep deprived, because they're not thinking clearly.
Mm-hmm.
What about your estimator putting together millions of dollars of numbers, or your PM managing change orders? Like, who's sitting at the desk that didn't sleep because their kid was sick? Or it's hilarious. There's certain cultural events we know every year, right? Like after the quote big game, how many people call in sick, or the Sweet 16? No one really looks in the office about this sleep deprivation issue very well, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there are no controls to my knowledge. You might know better with your background. In the trucking industry or logistics, right? I think there's a law where, a driver can't drive more than what, eight or 9 hours, probably 8, and they have to log their time, right? Are any operators having to log their time in a piece of equipment on a job site, or are you got a dozer operator working 10 hours a day?
No, they're tracking the hours to get paid, but no one's sitting there, to your point of knowing, hey, you've worked 48 cumulative hours in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably not a good thing. I've seen some manufacturers try and work on this in the past. Some of the big heavy iron companies worked on wearables and we're trying to track that. But I think it got to that really uncomfortable big brother feeling of workers like, why are you tracking me? Well, because we want to know if you're punch drunk behind, the steering wheel of a dozer or a crane or even a jackhammer, right? Like the body's just not meant to do this hard work, that sustained, that long. And especially as now we're going into the warmer months of the year, that takes an even bigger toll on the body. So yeah, sleep, I think, is an issue in the field. It's in the office. We're feeling it this week. So we brought up, we think sleep's a problem. We're raising our hand going, we're feeling it. I'm telling you today, I'm really feeling it. I'm grouchy, bitter, pissed off caveman. So what do you do about it? How do we switch this, right?